This is a Headgum podcast.
Yeah, I went up to Tech Nine and I was like, "Hey man, I just want to say it's an honor to meet you. I'm from Kansas City and I'm a musician and watching your story as I was growing up always gave me like faith that I could someday do it." And he goes, "Someday you will." Shout out Tech Nine. He
Love that.
Yeah, it was sick.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get into it.
Kevin Morby. Our first ever. Tell the people where we are.
We're in Kansas City. We're in Caleb's house.
You're in my house.
Hearon or Heron?
What?
Your last name.
We're such good friends. We're such good friends. That's crazy.
And yet.
Are you serious? Is it Marby or Murby? Caleb
Uh,
Heron?
Man,
That's crazy.
Yeah, Caleb Heron. We're in your home.
Yeah.
This is your couch, your first ever Kansas City episode. I'm very flattered to be here.
First ever Kansas
Very
City
honored.
episode. It's good to have you here, brother.
I was supposed to do an episode a long time ago, but you canceled me for some reason.
Well, I have very mixed feelings about you.
Oh, wait, actually, I wanted to do something at the beginning of this. Hey, Caleb, good to see you.
Dude,
Give me a kiss.
that is
kiss
the
my hand.
funniest. That is the funniest thing. Kevin and I decided recently that the funniest thing that we should bring back is meeting someone and being like, the pleasure's all yours.
Pleasure's all yours.
Putting your hand out for a kiss.
Nice to meet you.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And they go in for a handshake and maybe grab it up here.
Yeah. I want it, but when you do it, I think it's really crucial that you look away.
Yeah.
The pleasure's all yours. And you don't want to look at them kissing the hand. You just want to feel the embrace of their little lips. Kevin Morby. So what do you do? Exactly.
That's a great
Because
question.
I see you around a lot, and I'm like, do you work?
I-
Do you have a career? What is your thing?
I don't know, I don't know. I think if you went to my Wikipedia page, it would say that I'm a musician.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to listen to your stuff.
Yeah, you should check it
What
out.
kind of stuff?
It's like,
Jazz, I hope.
it's jazz.
Nice.
It's jazz, yeah.
Sweet.
It's jazz. That is, it's a good question. What kind of music do I make? And it always is different depending on who asks.
Yeah.
There's like, if a cop asks,
Yeah, I was really locked in on that.
if there's a
What are you saying to a cop? If
country
you,
music.
you say country?
music.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
Like if you get pulled over, country music.
Smart.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've even gone as far to say religious music.
Mostly pro blue stuff, yeah.
Pro blue blues.
Yeah, pro blue blues.
I
I hate the way they're treating our boys.
in blue.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
But
But yeah, a cop, you say country music.
let's write a country.
If it's like someone you think is cool, you say like rock and roll.
yeah,
And then if it's customs, you also say folk.
yeah,
Well, but that could also be carrying a message that they might not like. So maybe you
Yeah.
go back to country music,
yeah.
Christian country music.
Christian country music.
And then like if someone's parent is asking, I usually say like folk rock, indie rock.
Indie rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I do. I make those things.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I always just say comedian.
Yeah. I was wondering.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't have any other. People say what kind of comedy, I say really good.
Like if a cop asks, you just say comedian.
Oh no, I would never tell a cop anything about myself. I'm
Then you
not like
followed
you.
up with a joke.
No, I wouldn't talk to the police. The fact that you do is crazy.
Well, it's because I'm always breaking the law.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually fucking cool. That's actually sick, dude. Fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like your music a lot. I'm a big
Thanks,
fan of
Caleb.
your music.
Thank you, Caleb.
And
when did you first hear it? Tell me all about that.
I was 16. No, I don't remember when I first heard it. But I was in a music video of yours.
You were,
That's
yes.
kind of how we became friends.
That's the beginning of our friendship. It's funny because I was thinking about how do I know you, and I know you from your videos.
Yeah.
The-
You're a big fan
your,
of mine.
your comedian videos.
Yeah.
That during the pandemic, I think there was one where you were talking and like a siren went by and you waited for the siren,
Yeah.
and then you started talking again. The video cut off.
Yeah. Do you remember what I said?
I think you were talking about like something like about Trump.
No.
What were we talking about?
Not even close. Wasn't even
What are you
kinda
talking about?
political. I was in my car filming a video, and I was trying to film some front-facing comedy video. I think I was, because during that time I would just like improvise and see
Yeah.
what I found. And I was in my car, and a siren started coming by. It was really long,
Yeah.
so I just like paused, and then the siren passed, and I kind of kept the pause for a second. Then I said, "And it's not illegal to be yourself."
Yeah.
And then it cut
It was
out.
very good.
People like that one.
It was very, very good. That's how I found out about you. And then at some point you were wearing a Kansas City hat, and I was like, why does this fool got a KC hat on?
Yeah.
And then I did further research.
And that's how our bromance began.
That's how our romance began. And I feel like it happened in the DMs.
Yeah.
And then I asked to be in my music video for my song Rock Bottom.
Pretty cool.
and then you came by that, and the whole thing in that music video was like it was like that it was like a bad performer.
Yeah.
So I called up the worst one I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you.
interesting. Yeah. I would take that personally if I respected your opinion. But I don't I don't
Full stop.
Yeah. I did have to do a fake bombing set. It was so hard to bomb even for a fake.
When we were in Paris recently, I remember talking to you and your comedian friends about my show that I'd played that night.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how sometimes I have bad shows. And I was like, what do you guys do when you have bad shows? And then you all said, we wouldn't know. And then you guys laughed, and there was a decibel reader. There's like decibel readers in Europe, for those of you who don't know. And they have to keep the volume of the music that's playing under a certain dB. And your guys' laughs at your own joke just shot through the roof. And
God,
I watched the decibel.
That.
It was really funny.
God, I love
really
that.
Funny.
I don't know if I knew the decibel thing. Were you holding that in? Was that your own secret?
I just thought you knew.
Did you mention that?
Were you want is like the big like number reader on the wall? What do you think it was?
I mean, I knew it was a decibel reader, but I didn't know that our laughs in that moment spiked it.
What if it was just every dollar that place had made, they just like every time someone buys a new drink, it goes up? It just shows how much money they've made over.
Do you know what I think is actually kind of chic in that vein? Which is the restaurants now that have this is so corny and base and stupid and embarrassing that it kind of has circled back to chic.
Yeah.
Restaurants that have the follower count.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they have the little sign that's like, we just got another Instagram follower.
Yes.
And it like ticks down or
Yes.
ticks up. That is so stupid and cornball that it actually has circled back to being chic.
Yes. Sure.
Which is something that can happen.
Is it like the Facebook like thumbs up like?
Yeah.
Thing? Yeah.
If you
I know
go-
exactly what you're talking about.
If you go too far into corny and self-involved and insane, you circle back to chic.
You go through the looking glass and you just
Yeah.
come out the other side.
Yeah.
What about the tip reader?
Do you know that song? What tip reader? Hold on.
Where it says like, where you got to type in what tip you want, or like 25, 30, or 35% or whatever.
Yeah.
But the lowest one's starting higher and higher.
They're getting higher and higher.
Getting higher and
They
higher.
are really. No, it used to be 15, 18, 20.
Yeah.
Now they start at 22.
When I respect when it starts at 22, I'm like, you fucking crazy people. This is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you don't tip.
I don't tip. That's
Right.
Yeah.
So for you, it's just funny.
I actually have a story about not tipping, but we'll get to it later.
Well, have you heard that song? That song that's like, maybe when you said Through the Looking Glass, I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed.
I don't know it.
All I know is that it feels like forever.
Who sings it?
I don't know. It was from like.
Are you plugging your own song?
No, you're quite a bit older than me. So it was popular when I was like young.
Yeah, I was doing other things during that time, like experimenting with psychedelic drugs and things like that.
Yeah, you were
Living on my
experimenting-
own and yeah.
experimenting with scarves in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Stuff like
experimenting
that.
with Scarsburg. By the way, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah. Let me just ask you a question. True or false?
Yeah.
True or false? You're still in your 20s.
True or false? I am still in my 20s. True.
Okay. True or false? In 2 weeks from now, you'll still be in your 20s.
What's the day of my birthday?
Fuck.
I wouldn't do these bits if I were you.
The 25th.
You're backing your no, sir.
Well, that's the day
That's
of your
my
birthday party.
that you're skipping.
Well, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Confusing to hold all these
Are you
days.
gonna come to my birthday party,
Maybe.
Kevin?
We'll see.
Do you realize what I do for you?
You want me to get on an airplane from Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
which is where I'll be,
Yeah.
and fly to New York City for your party.
On a
Sell me on the party. Other than I love you and you're one of my best friends. And you're turning, how old are you turning?
I don't recall, but I'm turning 30. I'm excited to turn
The
30.
big 3-0.
Excited to turn 30. Now, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
I love the way that you're aging. You've been doing it for so long.
Oh, thank you so much,
And
Caleb.
you're aging really beautifully. You're handsome,
much.
you're talented, you're a great guy, everyone loves you. So I want to take some tips from you because a long time from now, when I'm in your position,
Yeah.
I want to be where you're at.
Well,
So how do I age gracefully like you have?
I think, I've told people this recently who are in the boat that you're in, which is about to turn the big 3-0.
Yeah.
When you turn 30, you're still 29 up until 35.
Yeah.
The moment you turn 35, you're 40.
Whoa.
Which someone who's 40 is going to watch this and call bullshit on it and say that I'm a young man because I'm only 36.
Yeah.
I'm only 36, but I'll be 37 this year. But how do you age gracefully? You just live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Just live, laugh, love. You just got to laugh.
You laugh a lot.
Yeah, you got to laugh. That's why I hang out with you.
You're a silly guy.
Yeah.
What do you think is our best bit that we've had?
Oh, man.
We've
Wait,
got some all-timers.
we've got some all time. The one in the car.
Okay, I knew this would be
I
your
don't know if
one.
we should talk about
I
it.
knew this would be your one.
Yeah.
The one you're for. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
The one you're referring to.
It's pretty bad.
The one you're referring to where I this thing?
Yeah, the gun.
Where it's basically a dance move that I like to do.
Yeah.
Where I cock a gun and start pointing it while I dance.
Yeah, we're doing different violent
guess that
acts
is
to the
bad.
beats of songs.
I guess that is bad.
Yeah, it started out somewhat innocently as just the gun.
Yeah,
and
it moved on.
it escalated
We
from
shouldn't
there.
talk about how it
But I'm trying to think
escalated.
of other bits we've got. I mean, I know there's a bunch of them, but
Kevin Morby.
yeah, on the hot mic.
Yeah.
On the hot mic. On the hot mic, I
No
don't really
one
know.
will know what that's about. Don't you think?
Yeah, who
I can cut
knows?
that. Don't worry about it. Everything's cuttable. You have to remember that, Kevin.
Everything's cuttable. I've done a what? Are we live?
Oh, we're live.
What's a podcast?
Live. We're live to the viewers right now.
Why a podcast, Caleb?
Why a podcast?
Yeah.
Money. Next question.
Nice.
No, I like to connect with the people. I'm trying to run for
What
office.
camera do I look into for the people? This one?
That's going to be
Okay.
yours. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
What do you have to say to the people? Address them.
Happy New Year.
It's
2025 is off.
quite a ways past the new year. You know what I just checked?
What?
Our Taco Bell's here.
What's your Taco Bell? It's here.
Will
It's
somebody
freezing
grab
outside.
it?
It's 9 degrees.
Can anyone grab it? Lexi, my king.
What is your Taco Bell order? Also, by the way, I don't think I ate Taco Bell for 2024, and I've already had in 2025.
You want to bite my Taco Bell? You didn't order any.
No, I'm full. But what's your order at Taco Bell?
Chicken quesadilla every time.
It's a great quesadilla.
Sometimes you add other stuff,
I like that one.
but every time I get a chicken quesadilla.
You know, I'll go hard. And I used to there's this thing with me and a lot of my musician friends when we tour Europe, and then the day you fly back from Europe, you have to go get Mexican food because they don't have that over there.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I know Taco Bell's not great Mexican food,
Yeah.
but it's a step further. You know, sometimes you get these weird cravings for certain fast food or for Chipotle or something.
Yeah.
Which I think is just this sort of American luxury.
Get it from McDonald's, which is so humiliating.
But you get McDonald's in Europe. It's great over there.
It is, yeah.
It's really good, but McDonald's is good.
It is, but it's not. It's very. It's not a cool thing. Like when it comes to fast food cravings, a cool thing to crave is Cane's or something a little nichified. Craving McDonald's is very disgusting.
I actually don't think so anymore. I think
Nice.
McDonald's is weirdly.
Nice.
I think it's weirdly become zeitgeisty again.
Really?
I swear to God.
McDonald's?
Yes.
Whoa.
Absolutely. I think it's becoming this cool thing.
Really? You're
Yes.
a cool guy. I trust.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Let me on the other side of 35. This is what's cool. Eating McDonald's. I had McDonald's recently. It's great. But what I wanted to say about Taco Bell was
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
sometimes I'll come back from Europe, jet lagged out of my mind, and I'll drive back from the airport. And I've just been to all these amazing places. And I would go to the most disgusting Taco Bell that I can find and order so much food, $30 worth of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Then I'll eat it all, and then I'll take a jet lag nap, and then I'll wake up full of gas.
Yeah. If I eat Taco Bell and then go to sleep or take a nap,
Yeah.
I'm waking up with different parts of my body feeling like lava that have never felt that way
I'm
before.
talking a
I'll
4-hour.
randomly wake up with a calf pain. Something will be so wrong with me.
Yeah, but it's good stuff. I'm proud of you that you got it tonight.
I'm experimenting with sitting like this. What do you think of it?
I like it.
Nice.
This is what's cool. For those regular viewers of your podcast that we're in your home, they can look at all the little knickknacks and
This little-
see what you're really like.
I'm worried about
Only the rivers are peaceful. Thomas Hart, Benton's, Missouri. Mural. That's nice.
I hope we won't catch anything going. I'm wearing sleep pants right
Yeah.
now, which I've never done on the podcast. It's a very casual episode for me,
Yeah.
and I'm worried about that. And then also, my little cousin made this truck out of Legos.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
What else is cool to you? What's in and out for Kevin Morby?
What's in and out for me? I don't know. I'm really into hoodies right now.
You look great in a hoodie.
Thank you very much. I think it's because it's cold. Sometimes I go. I try to dress loudly, and I want to wear cool clothes, cool
Not us.
designery clothes.
Not us.
And then there's times it's not us.
Not me and you, brother.
It's not me and you,
We're
brother.
simple Midwestern guys.
You've got your own shirt on with a lot of loud colors on it.
I see you trying to posture in Loewe.
Well, sometimes
Totally.
I just want to wear it's like a uniform. It's so easy to just throw on a hoodie,
Yeah.
and it just feels good,
Yeah.
So that's one good thing that's cool with me, hoodies.
What's out? What are you not vibing with?
What's out? That's a great question. I've been wearing Birkenstocks for the past couple of years. I haven't been wearing Birkenstocks for a while.
Why?
I don't know. They're just a little out right now.
Fuck.
They don't. I think they're a little too heavy.
My
It's just-
stomach just dropped. That made me sick.
I think it's a little too heavy. Which at 36, you'll experience stuff like this too. You need light footwear. You need to just your whole body's so heavy to pick up. You just need light footwear.
Is this real?
Yes.
You told me something
It's
about
absolutely real. It's absolutely real. My ankles started to hurt really bad like 2 years ago, and then Katie's like, "You need some lighter shoes," and I was like, "Oh, dude, yeah, I've been wearing these like rubbery boots. My ankles are really weak."
Queen.
It might be because I'm a runner, and
Yeah.
that thing happens where like my whole body just starts to hurt from running.
Yeah, but it's beautiful that you run.
It's beautiful.
I love you're also a tennis player.
I'm a tennis player. I think a real tennis player would be mad at that statement if they saw my game.
Yeah,
Do
are
my
you
best.
bad?
I think I'm getting better. I'm getting better
Really?
all the time. The problem with tennis is it's like playing the violin or something.
Sure.
If you did it as a kid, you've just got it in your bones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of make a fool of myself out there, but I do my best.
What's your least favorite song of yours?
My least favorite
Your
song?
least favorite song you've ever put out?
That's a great question. You
Do
know,
it for the Morb heads.
do it for the Morb heads. All right, for the Morb heads, my least favorite song. I actually want everyone to drop in the comments their least favorite song of mine.
Don't. No, you don't want
Well,
that.
there would be no comments then.
Well, what you don't have the least
Um,
favorite song of yours you've ever put
The
out?
least favorite. It's hard to. It's probably just one I haven't thought about all the time. Okay, I think it's probably off like my second record. My second record's called Still Life,
Yeah.
and I never fully loved that record or connected with it. It had a lot of filler in my mind. I just wanted an album out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I wrote all these songs. I think there's a song called Drowning on it that sometimes I'm a little embarrassed by. But you know what? I said that recently, and a guy was like, "That song is my favorite song, and I love that song." That's what's great about music.
One thing I love about you is
Yeah.
that you managed to turn that prompt into a compliment. You're like, I don't know if I fuck with it, but it did save a guy's life.
It did save a man's life who's on the ledge.
That's some
And the
really.
town had to start singing my song "Drowning" to him.
Yeah. Drowning becomes like your most streamed song ever after this episode.
Yeah, this is like
Fucking shoot
Illuminati,
through the
like
roof.
trying to get my streams up on Drowning.
Blows Harlem River out of the water.
Um,
Is Harlem River your biggest?
no pun intended. I think a song called "Beautiful Stranger" is my biggest, but Harlem River probably close behind. You know, and both of those songs are. I just go into like documentary style about like, yeah, it's so weird when I wrote them.
You know that's what I want. I love those songs, and I love hearing about that stuff.
Well, sometimes with Harlem River, it's fun. There's no like chorus or anything, and it's just a vibe, and I think people really relate to that. Become a big song, so I can tell on my Instagram and what I get tagged in the yoga community.
In the yoga community.
Yeah, it's like because they just put it on and they like stretch to it, and it's like in the Pilates community, people.
That's hot.
Oh, and then also in like the pole dancing community, like people who did that as sort of like I'm telling you, I get tagged in these
Hold
videos all the time.
Next time you get tagged in someone pole dancing to Harlem River, send it to me.
I could send you so many because Nathaniel, our buddy, shout out Nathaniel Rateliff,
Missouri King.
Missouri King, one of my best buds, good friend of ours. He and I, we get tagged in a lot of because he's got some of his songs get tagged in him a lot as well.
Yeah,
and it's so funny. So we send them to one another. So our DMs is basically just like us sending each other pole dancing videos that our songs have been tagged in.
I love
that in sandwiches because we're just always talking about sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
I was in a strip club once when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Freshly turned 18.
Where at? Chillicothe
Kid City.
KC. Wow.
Totally nude girls.
Mm.
You know it?
On Broadway? Or no, on across from the record bar?
Main or Grand. Yeah, record
yeah.
bar. That one, whatever that's on. I went there with my friends. We road tripped here from our hometown to go to the strip club because we thought we were so edgy. We didn't. It wasn't even like a horny thing. It was literally like we took our girlfriends with us.
Yeah.
They took their girlfriends they were dating. I took my girlfriend, so I was like my girlfriend, you know?
Yeah.
But we went to the strip club, and it was so depressing in there.
They let you in, and you're just 18.
Yeah. Were they not supposed to?
I think you got to be 21, right?
Fuck, well, they let us in. Sorry, guys.
It's like a bar.
'Cause back then, it's probably new staff.
Yeah, okay.
But they let me in, and I didn't have a fake. I was not a cool kid.
Mhm.
So they let me in being 18. And I said to my friends, I said, the vibe in here is off. I am pretty sure someone's going to do a dance to Lips of an Angel soon. Song was big at the time. And if they do, we have to leave. And I'm not kidding you. 2 songs later,
There you go.
blue lights, wash the stage, Lips of an Angel.
Wow.
Stripper comes out, starts doing a sad little dance.
Lips of an Angel.
Honey, can I hear your voice? Remember it?
I actually don't, but this is my...
That fucked me up. You don't know Lips of an Angel?
No.
In the lips of an angel.
Who sings it?
Hinder, I believe.
I don't know any of this.
Lips of an Angel by Hinder. And sad little dance this girl does. This young
Okay.
woman, beautiful young woman,
Yeah.
doing a sad little topless dance.
Did you give her money?
Well, she got her chest out. Do what?
Did you give her money?
I was not in a position to give her money at the time.
Like she's
I-
too far away?
I had spent all my money
Okay, word.
on a stripper named Candy
Oh, wow.
from Iowa who I really connected with.
Wow.
You leave it to me to make a connection with a stripper. I mean, we really got into it. She had 2 kids at the time. Candy, I hope you're well, darling. But yeah, sad little dance to Lips of an Angel, and I said, we got to go, boys.
Wow.
We got out of there.
Rallied the troops, got out of there.
We can't. Lips of an Angel at the strip club. I'm sorry to say, you know I love your music. Harlem River at the strip club. I would love it, and it would be funny to me, but it's not making me horny.
Sure. Not getting you horned up?
Not getting me horned up. It's a beautiful song.
Well, thank you very much.
But I don't want to see somebody shout. Yoga made a lot of sense to me. Stripper, strip pole really threw me off.
Word. Well, I wonder. It's a great question.
Word.
It's a great question. Because I feel like this is more of a like sport that people are doing. I don't know if it's like erotic, like pole dancing.
People do it more as a sport.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it sort of like seems trendy on Instagram or something.
It almost
but I
makes
wonder
less
if it's been
sense.
blasted in a strip club.
Yeah, I wonder.
Harlem River. Let us know, good people, if you've heard it.
If I was gonna play one of your songs in a strip club, like there's a lot of funny options. Like
Yeah.
5 Easy Pieces would be hilarious.
That would be funny. That'd be nice. I
or
could see someone doing something like
A
that.
song for Katie's a pretty funny
That's
song to play in a
pretty
strip club.
If the woman's name was Katie, it'd be very funny.
Stop Before I Cry in the strip club. I would the song I would pick though in a strip club from your music. I would, if I was dancing. Were I dancing?
Yeah.
Were I one of the girls, tits out, doing my thing?
Yeah.
I'd go Rock Bottom.
That would make sense.
Rock Bottom's
Bottom.
fun.
But it's also got like it's rock bottom.
Yeah,
You know?
Rock Bottom's fun.
Yeah, word.
I like that.
Thank you. I'm glad
What
that's
one
what
of my
you strip
jokes would you strip to?
to. I would strip to. That's a great question.
Which one of my jokes would you strip to?
I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking.
I was thinking about your comedy the other day, and me getting naked
Well,
and
because
stuff
you've
like
met
that.
some friends of mine recently, and they were asking what you do, and I was like, he's a comedian, and they're like, send me some jokes, and I was like, what jokes of Caleb do I like?
Who was this? People we met.
My friend Michael.
Michael.
Poor
Oh, I love Michael.
Michael's great.
Yeah,
loves
Michael.
you.
Sick tattoos.
Sick tattoos.
God, cool tattoo guy.
What would I strip to? That's a great question, though. What of your
What
jokes
of my
would I
jokes
strip
would
to?
you strip to? You can't name one of my jokes, can you?
I'm on the spot.
This
I'm on
is
the
sick.
spot. I'm on.
I could name like deep cut lyrics of yours.
I know. Oh no. Okay. Wait.
Oh, this is sick.
Stop.
Oh, this is completely sick. I'm actually
Putting the
throwing
pressure
up.
on. No. I
My
know your
stomach is
jokes.
in knots right now.
I know your jokes.
Oh my god.
Okay. The other night at Largo, when you said the thing.
No, not the
Applebee's.
other night at Largo.
Yeah,
that wasn't even a set.
I've seen so many of your shows. I know your
Kevin.
bits. I know all your. Okay, great one. I love this one.
Oh god.
The guy was gonna kiss you, and he said smooches or something.
Oh my god, Kevin.
He said smooches. Like
No,
thanks for the smooches.
dude.
Uh,
This isn't something.
I know. What do you mean this isn't something?
This is not a joke of mine. You're thinking of
No, it is. And then you run away. You run around the stage.
That there is a bit where I talk about a hookup and I run around the stage, but you've
Yes.
not nailed any of the
Yeah,
concepts.
he says
of it.
smooches. Then what's that joke?
No, I'm not telling you the joke. You have to come up with a joke of mine. Now it's not even what would you strip to. Now the game is name one joke of your good friend.
I'm
Oh, this is sick.
I saw you do a whole stand up in Boone, North Carolina.
You came to an hour of my stand up.
Yeah, it was great.
I
was laughing
killed.
my ass off.
I killed in Boone,
killed.
Boone,
You
Boone, North
killed.
Carolina.
That was
Shout
a
out
great
Boone, North
time.
Carolina. I love you guys.
So what's going on with you?
I'm murdered. What's going on with me is you need to name one of my jokes, dude. We got so sick that night. Did your tummy hurt that night real bad?
Oh, from the restaurant?
I ate too much.
The restaurant was great.
We went to this restaurant in Boone, North Carolina called Lewis and Clark Restaurant.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Lewis and Clark, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Lewis and Clark Restaurant or Restaurante. It was really fucking good, but I ate so much that I thought it was.
They bring like fried chicken out on like a like AV sort of.
Yeah,
like-
they had like a cart of food that they
Yeah.
brought around. It was sick.
The waitress is very cool.
Biscuits and ham. Yeah, our waitress was awesome. She was 375 years old, which I thought was tight. Hated to see her working, but she got good vibes.
She was great. She kept asking us the same questions over and over in a great way.
Yeah, well, in a great way, and also, yeah, her mind is going. She's quite
Yeah,
old, but
yeah.
it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Hate to see her
It was
working.
beautiful.
You wonder if she wanted to.
What's her name? Barbara?
Sure,
maybe?
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
Do you know any jokes of mine?
It's hard for me to concentrate now because I'm trying to think of them.
Yeah,
Um.
that's really tough. I actually, speaking of jokes of mine,
Yeah.
I did find today. I was cleaning up the house a little bit,
Yeah.
and I found an
Oh wow.
an old comedy notebook of mine.
Let me read one.
No,
Come on.
I'm going to tell you some though. Do you want to go? Do you want to know some of the things that are in here?
Yes.
I found some pretty funny stuff when I was going through here. I
remember a joke of yours.
Okay.
Something about being 35 and how you'd never turn 35.
Well, I would never do that. That's not
Yeah.
me.
So there you go. I just named a joke.
Kind of.
I
But
can't do it
ideally, you would know
verbatim.
some intimate details. You would know some structure.
That's what I would strip to, because it would be, I'm 36 and it would be like, I would never turn 35.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
You got there. This is pretty humiliating. This is a page that I just wrote some affirmations.
I actually just want to see what your handwriting like and everything like that.
One of my affirmations is I'm a unique and compelling writer.
Nice.
Another one is everything I want is on its way to me. I was clearly broke when I was writing this because I wrote money will come, parentheses, please. That's all good stuff, huh?
That's really nice. Can I see, because I was journaling today. Do you ever feel self-conscious about like your journal? You want it to look cool, like, because if someone found it, like when you died.
Yeah, like when they find it after I die.
Yeah, like you want it to look like the great American journal that gets discovered.
I used to be really good at journaling in like aesthetic ways, and then
Let me see a page.
Like here's something I wrote while we were filming Sweethearts.
Can I read it?
I wrote this at Beechwood Cafe in Jersey. Well, can I tell you what it is first?
Yeah.
I will let you read it. I wrote this the week before I started filming Sweethearts.
Okay.
My movie that just came out in November.
I saw it. Great movie.
Thanks for seeing it. I wrote this the week before filming. I sat at Beechwood Cafe in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I wrote out my intentions for the film.
Okay.
And like what I wanted to come from the movie.
Yeah.
And I wrote this little thing.
Okay.
But you can see kind of how I like to spread things out.
This looks great. You have beautiful handwriting.
Thanks, dude.
Beechwood Cafe, Jersey City.
You can
With
read
the
one
date.
if it's not too humiliating.
Okay, sweet.
Don't read the first one.
Okay, how about I'll read the last one?
Something not humiliating.
Oh, this is a nice one. I will work with Jordan, Dan, Kieran, and Nico again.
Yeah, that's
Nice
nice.
affirmation.
Yeah.
Also, I want to go back to not knowing your jokes,
Give me that.
which I'm being burned for on your podcast right now.
Yeah, because I know all your
Here's the
work.
thing. I do know your jokes. I know like the bullet points to them. That's like asking you to recite my lyrics. What's the second verse of Stop Before I Cry?
No.
It's the same
That's not
shit.
what that is.
Yes, it is.
That's not what that
It
is.
is.
That's not. No, you 100%.
100%.
Stop
100%.
the song now. Stop before I cry. If
That's
we
the
could go
chorus.
out dancing soon as the world returns. We could go out dancing.
Yeah, not so
soon
fucking
as
easy
the
now,
world
is it?
returns. Dude, this is not the same. Are you tracking the fact that I can say your lyrics in order almost in...
That is pretty good. I was off dome.
I'm like almost got the melody.
That's pretty good off dome. Not gonna lie.
And you don't fuck with me like that the way I fuck with you.
Yes, I do. I can name 5 of your jokes right now. But let's move on.
This is another idea of example of kind of how I like to write. But don't read this one. I think this one's embarrassing.
That's nice.
It is nice.
I like that
right?
there's drawings. I was drawing
get
pictures in
scared.
mine.
I'm scared to show you this.
I kind of want to take the next step in my journal and have like I want to like print out things that inspire me.
Sorry, what were you saying? I just want something hilarious.
Let's see it.
So this was not. This was not. This was an exercise in character.
Okay.
I was working from a character place.
Okay.
But I have a page in here it's headlined "Everybody Who's Ever Wronged Me." It's a
Wow.
list where I was gonna write this very vengeful
It's like the manifesto.
comedy piece, and it's like, yeah, there's like real names in here, and then there's ideas. Okay, I'll read you.
First and last names?
Oh yeah. I'll read you 3 in a row that are not people specific. Okay, but this is like deep in the list. Guys who don't like me back. Guys who like me but I don't like them. And then my dad. LOL. Now the fact
was
that
like
those
page
ended up
1,
together.
too.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes, that is interesting.
The fact that they ended up together.
What's it say at the beginning of your journal? Like, if you read this, you will die.
No, it says, in case of loss, please return to Caleb Hearon. My address at the time, I was living in Los Angeles. And, this is actually kind of funny. There's an as a reward, and you can list an amount of money.
Yeah,
And I just wrote, ultimately, it's up to you, I guess.
that's really funny.
That's kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
Who's
That is
that
funny.
for?
That is funny. I thought I lost a journal recently. That was a pretty personal journal with a lot of like ideas that I would like to keep secret, like my like upcoming album title,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I thought it was lost, but I found it recently, and I was very, very excited. You're just reading your journal now in front of me. You're like not listening to what I'm saying.
You found your journal recently, and you were excited. Did you get into it?
I got super into it. Well, it's been
You
my
feel bad accusing me of not listening when I repeated back to you exactly what you said? Be
What-
honest.
what's
Does that make you feel bad? That you accused me of not listening, and then I totally
It's
nailed
gonna be
the
hard for me to
windfall?
sleep tonight. How bad I feel about that. It's gonna be hard for me to go to fucking sleep.
Anyway, you were saying.
I was so happy to find this journal because it's a special little journal for me.
What's in it?
A lot of ideas and lyrics, and like ideas for like the title of my next record, stuff like that. Personal stuff, some personal diary entries.
Nice. Anything
Um,
about me?
A lot about you.
Would you ever write a song about me?
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I
How do you
want
know
you
I
to.
already haven't? Got a lot of new songs.
Dude,
That's what it's called, dude.
that'd be sick.
Dude.
Dude, that'd be sick.
It would be sick.
Hey guys, just wanted to briefly mention before we do the ad reads that I will be donating my portion of these ad sales to relief efforts for the LA wildfires. Mostly where I've been donating is K-Town for All. If you want to hop in on that as well, they're doing a lot of work for unhoused folks in LA. Obviously, living outside is really hard anytime, but especially when encampments have burned down and the air quality is so bad and resources are being focused elsewhere. I'm really, really excited about the work that K-Town for All is doing. They're great. And there's also a big master grid of displaced Black families, mostly in historically Black Altadena, that you guys have pitched in on, and we did some donations together, and I would love to. I'm going to keep donating there and hope that you guys can join me if you can. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to the episode. Hopefully, if your mind is heavy with the LA fires and all the other shit that's going on constantly all the time, seemingly more and more, hopefully we make you laugh a little bit, or at least distract you for for an hour and some change. But yeah, here's some ads. Folks is the leading LGBTQIA dedicated nationwide healthcare provider, offering expert clinical care resources and thriving community all online. Folks isn't just about treating symptoms. From mental health and gender-affirming care to resources for navigating insurance or family conversations, Folks supports your whole self. Folks offers healthcare that feels like it's made for you. No awkward explanations. Your provider will ask you for your pronouns and will use them. You can talk about gender dysphoria, hormones, or relationships without judgment. And they pride themselves in offering care without gatekeeping. No unnecessary questions, just the care you asked for. Virtual visits and direct delivery fit into your life and not the other way around. They are a company built by and for LGBTQIA plus people, and Folks members receive amazing benefits like clinical care to treat anything they can via telehealth or refer you to in-person care if needed. Community support and resources for your health and wellness journey, and a member portal that makes it easy to manage your care, and much more. Did I mention they accept insurance to make your care more affordable? Learn more about Folks at folkshealth.com, and as a special deal for our listeners, if you sign up using code SOTRUE, you'll get 25% off your first 3 months of membership. That's FOLX.com, promo code SOTRUE for 25% off your first 3 months. The start of a new year is the perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most. For me, the top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable. They show me all of my subscriptions right in one place and help me easily cancel ones that I forgot I've been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across all of my different accounts so I can clearly track my spending habits and see where I can cut back. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/SoTrue today. That's rocketmoney.com/SoTrue, rocketmoney.com/SoTrue.
With a new year comes a chance to reimagine ourselves for the better, and importantly, our closets. This year, one of my resolutions is to refresh my look with quality pieces and stay on budget. And I can, thanks to Quince. However you choose to refresh yourself this year, all Quince pieces are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They're able to do that by partnering directly with top factories, cutting out the cost of the middleman and passing the savings on to, you guessed it, you. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And of course, they use premium fabrics and finishes for that luxury feel in every piece. I myself have had my eye on a new Mongolian cashmere scarf from Quince for a while now, but no one bought it for me for Christmas. So, I might have to practice a little self-care and snatch one up as an early birthday gift from me to me. Sorry. So, upgrade your closet this year without the upgraded price tag. Go to quince.com/SoTrue for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/SoTrue to get free shipping and 365-day returns. And if someone in your life feels like they are looking for a Mongolian cashmere scarf, just get it for him for Christmas. Just grab it just in case. You never know what it might mean to them. That's quince.com/so true. Let's cut.
I saw you do a concert in Paris.
You did, yes.
At Les Trianon.
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
And it was so fucking great.
It made me so happy to look into the crowd and see you. You were like, because it's funny, they told us there was like boxes because like a theater.
Yeah, I know there were.
And they told us.
Guess where I wasn't? I wasn't in a box.
They were like, oh, we're going to give your friends like the gold seats or something. And I just figured that was a box. And then I saw you and your friends sit like direct front and center.
We had the best seats in the house. Yeah,
it was great. But it was because like literally I could like take in the whole place, and then you were just like right in the middle, and it made me so happy. And you were singing my lyrics. I saw it.
I was singing every word.
Yeah, that's like me at your stand up. I'm like saying the words.
Yeah. What words?
Actually, one of my favorite bits of yours. Do you remember you're doing something at a ship, and then you were like something about like who was here last week in my show or something, and then this woman said that she wasn't, and you're like, why weren't you? And she's like, I got mugged. And you were like, oh no. You were like, what with what?
Yeah. She's
like, a knife. And then you're like, you know what I do if I saw someone getting mugged with a knife? And she's like, what? And you started to walk towards it, and then you see them, and then you just walk away.
well, I wouldn't intervene. I'm not an intervener.
I feel like you would fight. I feel like I could see you. Yeah, I could see you fighting. I think that you would fight. One of your friends is getting fucked with.
Sometimes I try things on.
Yeah.
On the podcast, like I'll say something I don't even really believe just to see.
It
bites me in the ass sometimes.
What do you mean?
We don't always have this moment. You know what I mean? Like just now I said I'm not an intervener. I'm totally an intervener.
Yeah.
I was trying that on for like a perspective, like a kind of, well, that could be funny.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't have the moment where I acknowledge it, and then it just seems like I think that.
Hey, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever do that?
Yeah, sure.
You ever just throw something out and see how it feels?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do that
like
sometimes.
Casting a line.
Yeah, be like, oh, I don't believe in healthcare.
Yeah, yeah.
Just see
what someone says.
Yeah, and see if you believe it.
Yeah.
Does it ring
true?
See if
you believe it. Yeah, see if it brings your body joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I can't run.
How to feel about the healthcare thing.
The healthcare?
Just now.
There's a part of it that felt deeply profound.
Notice how I coughed when we're talking about healthcare?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You okay?
Interesting.
You didn't come to my potluck last night.
You had a potluck?
Yeah, you were invited to it and you didn't come.
I guess I didn't. How was it? What was the best dish?
To be honest with you, and this is going to sound so fucking sick and stuck up and conceited of me, it was my dish. I made meatballs. Everyone else did good.
When they bring like fucking.
Well,
politics are sometimes hard because you'll just be like, oh, I brought crackers.
Some people brought like store made brownies, which is like I told everyone to phone it in.
Sure.
And they did. Some people brought like cut up vegetables.
Sure.
Which is like fine.
Like a veggie tray.
Not even.
Wow.
Not even. They made
like rider food, like what's on like a rider in the green.
Basically. It was beautiful, but I told everyone to phone it in. I told everyone to wear pajamas. I said, "Don't. This is easy going."
Yeah.
Because I put it together the day before.
Yeah.
You remember because you got the text before you didn't come. And then I made barbecue and grape jelly meatballs.
That sounds great.
Killer.
That sounds really
I ate a lot of them myself.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Frank Norton. You know Frank?
I don't know.
He's a designer.
Frank.
He's a brilliant designer. He designed this shirt.
I love that shirt.
And he is designing my tour merch for this year.
Oh, nice.
Tour's getting announced by the time this comes out.
Super soon.
Tour's getting announced next week.
Super soon.
And I'm going to a lot of places.
You're playing some great venues.
I'm playing some theaters.
Playing some great theaters.
Which is really crazy.
That's amazing.
I'm excited.
I believe it, brother. I believe it.
My merch for my poster and stuff for it.
That's amazing. Am I on the merch?
Frank came. You're not.
You should do like a collage of like your friends for the merch.
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Huh. You can't name one of my jokes.
I've named like 4.
But Frank came last night and he made 2 kinds of cookies. Handmade cookies.
I know your jokes.
That's pretty good.
That's great. Shout out to Frank.
Shout out Frank.
He's an artist.
Shout out Frank and shout out ultimately me for the meatballs.
What were we talking about before?
You were going to compliment me. You kept saying, I want to compliment you. I want to compliment you.
What's up, handsome?
That's nice.
There you go.
That's beautiful of you to say.
I noticed you've been getting...
What do you think I am on a scale of 1 to 10?
Looks-wise?
Yeah.
Fucking 10, dude.
Everything encompassed. Like my personality.
10.
Howard.
10.
Okay. What were you going to say?
What? Same thing to me. Same question.
Well, you are really handsome.
Thank you very much.
I told you that. And you have great style.
Thank you.
And you're very talented. And you know something I love about you? You have a quality that I love, which is a duality between you're very earnest and poetic and deeply serious about things when you need to be, but you're also very silly and goofy. I like
I
that.
think I'm sillier and goofier than people think.
Nobody would expect how goofy.
Because
you
I
are.
think people think my persona, my songwriting persona, which is a big part of me, but he's like this mysterious troubadour guy.
Yeah, your stage presence is wonderful, and I love it. But you're so much sillier
Very silly.
in real life than that.
Katie always says before we did this tour together that we met on and then became boyfriend girlfriend for now like almost 8 years. Boyfriend girlfriend. She
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
she said like I always thought you're like this cool mysterious guy, and then I met you and you're just kind of like Jonah Hill. That's what she told me.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
wow.
like Jonah Hill.
I love Jonah, but that's a little.
He's great. I've never met the guy. I love his
a little
work.
Too silly for that to be the comp, I think.
I don't know. I'm pretty silly.
Yeah, you are pretty silly. He actually might be more serious than you. Isn't that funny?
I think at this point, exactly.
Comedians are
Exactly.
silly on stage, serious in real life.
Sad people off
And-
stage.
Well, and you're
Sad people.
and you're such a bummer on stage, but in real life you're kinda
Exactly.
fun.
We switch. We
Yeah.
switch. Exactly.
You're low key fun
Um.
time to time.
Uh.
I think you're an
Oh. Yeah. We're back. Yeah. What do you think I am? Do you think I'm a 10? A 9? Hold on. Let me just see.
I love you so much that it's hard to say anything less than 10.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
What were you doing?
I'm just counting the numbers on the scale to see which one to
Oh.
respond to.
No, it's hard. I love you so much that I think I can only see you as a 10, but that doesn't feel fair.
Well, there we
I
go.
want to be objective.
There we go.
What do you guys think Kevin is?
Get a good look.
Yeah,
I
what
just-
do you think? Under the lights. No one wants to play.
If you do a 5 and you do a 5,
Hey,
is that not 10?
Lexi and Danny don't want to play.
Hey.
11?
Thank you.
Pop out. You got 8? Scream
Hey,
at an
I'll
8.
take an 8. I'll
8's
take an 8.
really good.
I'll take an 8.
Somebody messaged me.
What's Caleb?
Oh, we don't have to. Somebody messaged me on a dating app once and said, unprompted, Kevin. I did not message them. I did not like them.
Yeah.
They messaged me. It's one where you don't have to match. I don't remember if it was like Grindr or what. But they messaged me and they said, you're probably a 6 if personality counts. And that haunts me to this day
Wow.
because I want to know,
What was her name?
do they... You love that joke.
What was her name?
You love what's her name. It was a boy, Kevin. But it haunts me to this day because I want to know, do they know who I am and they think my personality deducted points? Like maybe they're into my physical appearance?
You didn't ask them?
No. I had to block them because I wanted to kill them.
Word.
Don't you?
They're in that little list of yours of people you're going to... Yeah.
I have to be so clear. Everyone who's ever wronged me list, I'm really not a vengeful person.
Yeah.
I was writing from a place of trying to imagine someone who thinks like that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's like what you tell, like when you're in the handcuffs being led to the car. Like, no, it was a bit.
No, I was imagining a guy who would do that crime.
Imagining a serial killer.
No, what it was I actually remember exactly what spurred that thought process, which was people were, maybe I've talked about this on the show before. I'll be interested to see what you think of this actually. Phoebe Waller-Bridge had won a bunch of Emmys for her show.
What's it called again? It's
Fleabag.
Fleabag. Great show.
Had won a bunch of Emmys for her show. And there's a picture of her holding all of them, right? And someone posted that picture on social media. It was going viral. Posted that picture next to a 3-star review that she got when she did The Fringe. When she did Edinburgh Fringe with Fleabag originally.
Yeah.
And they were like, just proof that the haters are always fucking wrong and do your thing.
Yeah.
And I was like so angered by that going viral because it's such a weak loser mindset to be like, anyone who's ever criticized you is wrong. Is it possible? I don't know, Phoebe. I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen the stage show or the live show, frankly. But is it possible that the stage show was 3 stars and she received criticism and feedback and improved it, and now it also deserves a bunch of Emmys?
Of course. I mean,
why does everything have to be that your haters are wrong? Maybe that was a good review.
it's a funny thing. Do you watch the NBA?
No.
Do you know what it is? It's a basketball.
They put a ball in the hoop.
Yeah.
I get the idea of it.
Well, there's this guy Giannis who plays for the Bucks.
Giannis. I can't say his
amazing.
last name.
Neither Dan Popo. It's
I can't pronounce his last name, but he's what is he? Greek?
he's Greek.
He's Greek.
He's Greek, and he's amazing. What do they call him? The Greek freak, I think. But he's amazing. But there's this really funny thing because there's this whole show where like the announcers are Shaq and Charles Barkley, and
I'm sorry, I'm adjusting, and I keep looking at the camera when I do it because Lexi has to change when I do it.
that's fine.
I love Shaq and Charles Barkley.
Well, so there's this thing where Giannis, they get knocked out of the playoffs, and he gets asked this thing in the post game, and the guy's like, "Do you consider your season a failure?" And he goes on this like really impassioned, really beautiful speech where he's like, "It's not a failure. You work for a magazine or whatever. Like, do you consider if you don't get promoted every year, do you consider that year to be a failure? Michael Jordan played for 15 seasons. He only won 6 rings. Do you think every other season was a failure? No. You learn, through every season and through every hardship, you learn, and that's how you build upon year after year." And then it cuts to Shaq, and he's like, I come from a military family, and if you didn't win the ring, you're a failure. It's like, it was the most like crazy thing. And then Charles Barkley, who famously never won a ring, but Shaq won a couple. Charles Barkley's like, I totally disagree. I think what Giannis is saying is totally valid, and I think that like, yeah, your season's not a failure. And he's like, well, you never won a ring, Charles. Like, it was so savage. But
I love those two together.
when it comes to critics, I've been all over the map with the critics, Caleb. You know, sometimes they love you, sometimes they hate you. Sometimes the worst is when they just think you're okay, and you're like, oh, love or hate me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Strong to deal with. I'm not saying that we should all embrace every criticism we get. I'm very pro ignoring some criticism. I'm just saying the I think particularly of the moment idea that all criticism is invalid is counterproductive to making good work.
Yeah.
And is silly. I think it's silly.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, there's certain critics, I won't name names, or certain publications that sometimes I found myself being like, I wish you just fucking go away or something. But now as like journalism, especially music journalism, is dying, and I see them start to go away, I'm like, well, no, don't actually go away.
Yeah.
It's like, it's in the game, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to have some enemies, you got to have some frenemies, you got to have, like, it's an ecosystem.
Yeah.
And now that some of these, you know, like critics are dying, you're like, well, no, that's terrible because ultimately, you know, that's bad for everyone.
Yeah. I regret, and I want to apologize to you now on the pod. I wrote a very popular review of Oh My God that said you used Oh My God too much.
Oh, wow.
I want
Well,
to apologize for that.
what'd you write it for?
I wrote it for the Wall Street Journal.
No, the Wall Street Journal did not say that. They gave me a good review. Pitchfork gave me a bad review.
Did they?
Yeah.
I just remember you. I remember you saying once that someone said you used "Oh my God" too much on "Oh my God," and it really.
Well, it was the
cracked me up.
guy. It was this guy. It was Pitchfork.
Yeah.
And they wrote this guy wrote this article. I don't even remember his name. But then like 2 years later, he got fired by Pitchfork and was like, I hate Pitchfork. And that was funny.
It's funny. That's really funny.
I was like, you hate it probably more than I do. They fucking fired your ass. You
Yeah.
suck at writing.
Damn. So you got real beef with that guy, huh?
I don't even remember his name.
Yeah.
Whoever you are,
Think of you at
whoever
all.
you are. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, what was I gonna ask you?
I was going to ask you about getting recognized because I feel like your recognition has been ramped up because of this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
You know what? The viewers out there, if you see Caleb with me, one at a time. That's all I got to say. One at a time. No, it's really ramped up, Caleb. And as someone who gets recognized every once in a while,
You're quite famous, Kevin.
I'm so I can't even
Quite
walk out the
famous.
fucking door.
Your music, people love.
But, you know, when you're an indie rocker and you get recognized, the people usually have like a good decorum. And it's usually, it's every once in a while. I would say the max that I'll ever get recognized in like a day would be at at South by Southwest or something. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of, you know, fans from all over the world. And it'd be like 6 times. That would be like that'd be a really good day for me. But you, man, sometimes we go out and people are just, it's like Beatlemania out there.
Do you enjoy it?
Your recognition?
Your recognition.
Yes, it always depends. I've had some like somewhat scary ones and I've had some like somewhat annoying ones. But for the most part, I feel like everyone does a good job. It's just like, I love your work. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a good day. You know?
Yeah. That's nice.
Do you enjoy yours?
Yeah, I never mind it. I'm not mad at anyone for doing it. I sometimes it reminds me that I am not anonymous,
Sure.
and I quite like anonymity. I
Yeah.
think being a stranger is really I think it's beautiful. I think it's fun to be a stranger. I think it's fun to be anonymous. I think it's fun. I don't like imagining that I'm being perceived all the time,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because I do this. I mean, we actively
Right.
set up like a lot of
Yep.
lights and cameras in here today.
Right, right.
But I don't know. Sometimes it takes me out of it. Sometimes it puts me in my body almost.
Yeah.
It makes me remember that I'm a person who people know, and that's weird.
Yeah.
But I'm never mad at it. I think it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's very sweet.
That's great.
Yeah. So, you know,
One at a time.
love you guys.
One at a time.
And also maybe just say it. Maybe they'll say hi to you from now on too.
There was something recently. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe
There-
they'll say, I love
I'm
your
over-
song.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love-
there was a thing recently when that guy came up and it was like we had like walked into a restaurant, me and Tara, and it was like we sat down at a table, kind of out of view, but this table had seen us walk in, and this woman had said, I love this guy, Caleb Hearon, over there. And she sent her friend, but he didn't know who you were,
Yeah.
so he thought I was you. And he was like, hey, I know you from somewhere. And I remember that guy?
I do.
He
He
was
did-
awkward.
He did too much.
He did too much. He was drunk. I think he was
He
drunk.
did way too much.
Yeah. He went about it wrong. I feel, okay, well, here's a question. Who have you recognized and said hello to?
One person ever.
Really, who?
Melissa Etheridge.
That recently?
Yeah, that's it.
That's great.
I've never done it before. And I only did it because the perfect opportunity presented itself. We were on a plane.
Wow.
She was sitting right behind me.
Was she cool?
She was awesome.
That's great.
We were sitting on a plane. I didn't say anything when I got on.
Yeah.
I do not do it as
She's
a
a
rule.
Kansan.
Baby, I love her. And I'm just such a huge fan. And we got off the flight and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. And then we were stopped standing right next to each other because people were passing.
Fate.
And I was like, you can't. Now it would just be like honestly rude not to. So I turned to her and I was like trying not to cause a scene in case anyone else was a fan. I was like, hey, I'm a huge fan. Don't want to bother you. And then I turned away.
That's great.
She hit me on the shoulder and she goes, not a bother at all. I love your hat.
That's great.
And then we started talking about my hat.
That's,
and then,
what was the hat?
I have that hat that I have that says, that's why it's called fishing, not catching,
That's great.
with a fishing thing. But then I posted that I met her. And, like, maybe her daughter's friend or her daughter DM'd me.
That's great.
It was like, we're all freaking out. Oh, my God, can't believe you met her. And we're texting her that she met you.
Oh,
'Cause I didn't tell her who I was. Or I wasn't like, I'm a comedian.
Sure.
I was just like, I'm a huge fan.
But sometimes you want to say, like, people know who I am, too.
There's an impulse.
So
but
I should, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a good one.
You think I should have?
No, it would
I'm
be
somebody.
absolutely insane to do that. But
Yeah.
there have just been times when I'm going to bother someone where I want to, like, preface it with, like, sometimes people ask me, too. So, therefore, you should be cool
So
to
just
me.
know I know that this is,
Yeah, wink, wink.
Yeah.
But I have a real, like, meet your heroes syndrome. I get really freaked out about going up and saying hi to somebody. But I've done it a few times.
Who was the most memorable?
Michael K. Williams, R.I.P. From, famously
so
The Wire.
great.
He was amazing. He's one of the greats. And he came in, I worked at this, my last job that I had before music was at this cafe in Midtown Manhattan called Culture. I don't know why my friend, one of my like best oldest friends runs it. Sorry, Johnny. But it's called Culture Cafe.
Yeah.
And I just worked the register there.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't drink coffee and I didn't know how to make coffee.
Yeah.
But he would come in. We had these like famous chocolate chip cookies, and he would come in and get those cookies. And he had like a manager or agent with him at all times. And so like I would never talk to him. I'm just like talking to this guy. And it was my last day working there. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'll never be in another situation where I can say hi to this guy.
I know this story, and I want to ask you to remind me and also tell the listeners. Was it your last day working there because you were going on tour or moving to LA? I forget.
I was both, actually, because
Okay.
I went on a tour that did like at the end of that tour, I flew to LA and moved there.
Beautiful.
But I had made the decision, like, because I lived in New York at the time. I was maybe like 24 at the time. And I like moved there when I was 18, and I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to just survive off of music and not have a job anymore. And LA, believe it or not, at the time was like the cheap country, like going from New York. It was
Yeah.
like this very cheap place, 2013. And it was just like no one had really moved there yet, like in, my whole scene. And it was super affordable. So I was going out there to do that. This was my last day. And then Michael K. Williams, I took it as a good omen that he was in there and that I said hello to him. And he was standing there, he had all these like shopping bags. His like hat was really low, like this New York Yankees hat. And like, kind of like trying to remain anonymous. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And over the pastry counter, I said, excuse me, sir, I'm a huge fan of all your work. And then he like looked up at me and he was like, yeah? And I was like, yeah. And he put his shopping bags down and he shook my hand over the counter. It's very cool.
That's awesome.
And then when he died, the night before he died, I had a dream that I was on an airplane with him and Michelle from Japanese Breakfast. And the three of us were sitting in an aisle and hanging out. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, that was a cool dream. And then I read that he had died.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How weird.
I told Michelle right away.
Yeah, what'd she say?
Whoa, how crazy.
How weird.
Yeah.
The only thing you can say.
Yes, the only thing you
Number
can
one
say.
thing.
Yeah.
Lexi, I'm so sorry. I'm moving so much. Are you mad at me? No? Okay. I'm really moving a lot. The couch is deep, so it's like weird
It's a
to
deep
sit on
couch.
sometimes, don't you feel?
Yeah.
You like the couch, though.
I love the couch.
What do you
This is
think-
where we sit and play Madden.
You've only done that with me twice.
I've done it twice and I've got a confession to make.
What?
Did you pick up on this? The second time we were doing it, me, you, and Chance, we were playing and music was playing. And I thought it was music on the video game.
Yeah.
And I was making fun of a lot of the music.
Yeah.
And then at some point you like switched the music and I was like, oh, this is your music.
It
And I
wasn't.
felt so bad.
It wasn't my music. It
Okay.
was like a playlist that I had just clicked onto when I was like cleaning,
Okay.
and then it had
Word.
left on while we were
But
playing.
there's like Blink-182 and stuff, who I love.
It did not. It was not an insult to me,
Okay.
but I did clock you, dude.
I was just, I wasn't making fun of Blink-182. I was just like, this isn't my favorite Blink-182 song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a big Blink-182 fan.
They were one of my favorite bands growing up.
You love them.
Yeah.
And what's that album that you love? That was from that era. It was like very seminal to you, like a very
Enema of the State?
no,
Dude Ranch?
no. It
Take
was
off your pants and jacket?
no. It was what's the song I'm trying to think of? That was like There's a song that we listened to. Was it Third Eye Blind?
It was Third Eye Blind. That was the band.
I love that record.
I love that. It's self-titled.
Yeah.
Self-titled album.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah, first record.
That's like very influential to you, right?
That was the first time, like that when I heard the Third Eye Blind record for the first time. I was like 8 years old, and I was like, I want to do whatever this is. I want to play music.
Yeah.
These songs are making me feel a certain way.
You should start, dude.
Yeah, I should start. Someone, Tech Nine said that to me recently when we did the Big Slick. This is a great example of going.
Tech Nine said this to you?
Yeah, I went up to Tech Nine and I was like, "Hey man, I just want to say it's an honor to meet you. I'm from Kansas City, and I'm a musician, and watching your story as I was growing up always gave me like faith that I could someday do it." And he goes, "Someday you will." Shout out Tech Nine.
Love that.
Yeah, it was sick.
I also at Big Slick went up to him because he sits next to me at a diner that we both go to a lot in Kansas City.
Nice.
He like sits at a table near where I usually sit, and I walked up to him at Big Slick at the like dugout like meal thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, Mr. Nine, Mr. Tech. What? I'm sorry. What should I call you? And he was like, Tech.
That's great.
And I was like, Tech. I'm a huge fan. I just love your music so much, and I'm from Kansas City. And he was like, that's cool. And then he fist bumped me and walked away.
He's cool.
I was like,
cool guy.
Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Fucking love him.
Casey legend.
Somebody tweeted once that nobody fucks with any musician in the world the way that white boys from the suburbs fuck with Tech Nine, the suburbs of Kansas City, and I think that is so true.
That's great.
Like white guys from the suburbs of Kansas City fuck with Tech Nine in a way that's like, it's almost like it's insane. Like growing up in Chillicothe, the only rap that I think a lot of the guys I went to school with listened to was Tech.
Really?
That was it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Not Eminem.
Eminem,
love Eminem.
Eminem was there, but it was Eminem had like by this point Eminem had already kind of had his rise, and he was a little bit.
That is like another thing where the half generation between us.
It's
it's
pretty much
significant.
it's pretty much a generation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much a generation.
It's pretty much.
What did you say to me before this podcast started? I was like, I told you that my first bank account was when I was 21. And
Yeah.
And I was like, because I lived in Brooklyn and I worked at bike delivery and everything was in cash. And you're like, it wasn't just. What'd you say? It wasn't just Brooklyn.
You're like, I only used cash until my early 20s because I lived in Brooklyn. I was like, that's not all that was going on. It was like a different economy.
Yeah.
People were pretty much using
It was
cash
the Dust
still.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the Dust Bowl when you were doing that. Sometimes when I meet someone your age or even younger, I'm telling a story and I actually feel like a grandpa. Like, shout out Lindsay Jordan from Snail Mail.
Shout out Lindsay.
We were walking around Brooklyn a couple years ago, I guess at this point. We're walking around Brooklyn and I start telling her this story. And as I'm telling this story, I'm like, God, this sounds ancient.
Yeah.
And I tell her this whole story. What the story was, oh, I used to live up in that building right there. One summer it was so hot that I went to buy an air conditioning. But when I got there, I was sweating so much I couldn't carry it back. That was the story. And I told it, and Lindsay just goes, yo, that story.
Lindsay's like, that's fucking crazy.
And I think, there's a clean decade between us. But as I was telling her, I was like, man, I sound like an old man right now.
I've got those now.
Yeah.
I've got those now.
I'm sure you do.
I talked to like a 22-year-old comedian, which is a little bit bigger of a gap than you and I.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to like a 22-year-old stand-up, and they'll be telling me something, and I'll be like, not only do you sound stupid and insane to me,
Yeah.
I feel in a different way stupid and insane.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't want to be you.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're kind of boring me, but I think you're cool, and I recognize that I acted the other way that you're acting when I was your age.
That's the thing.
But I feel now old.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the bell tolls for us all.
The bell tolls for most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all.
I don't know that the bell will toll for me.
You might be the one exception.
I don't feel that the bell will toll for me. I feel ageless.
You are.
I feel so.
Let me ask you, what's your 5-year plan? You're 30, so between now and 35, what's the plan?
Well, God, I mean,
Are you gonna get a job?
God willing, I don't ever want to have a job again.
Okay.
I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Guys, please keep listening. I don't want to ever have a job again.
Yeah.
I hated it.
What was your last job?
My last job, well, I had jobs in entertainment that were kind of jobby
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of years there. They were great.
You worked at Applebee's.
I worked at Applebee's. I've worked many places, but my last job, I actually remember. So, November of 2019 is when I like really blew up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't say that with like it's not braggadocious. It's just what happened.
Yeah.
But that is what happened in 2019. And then I was like, dude, I'm about to be rich as fuck. I don't know how I thought that was going to happen. I just thought
Yeah.
my career was going to like I remember I had a general meeting with Comedy Central and I was like, they're going to offer me a show. Bank accounts on the way up. That's not what general meetings are. That's not what happened.
Sure.
But in January of 2020, I went back to Chicago where I was living at the time. I was working as an admin assistant at an ad agency, and I quit my job to do comedy full time in January of 2020.
Wow.
And then COVID happened,
Yeah.
and I drove for Uber Eats for months.
Where-
I had no job, no health insurance. It was the stupidest thing I've ever done,
Yeah.
and it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Nice.
that was my last job, admin assistant. I don't ever want to have a job again.
Yeah.
I hate working.
I could see you being a great employee though.
Oh no,
Really?
Kevin.
You're smart.
Kevin. Oh, but I wasn't. I didn't want to do
Because I
anything.
feel like you were a good student.
Yes,
So
but that was for me.
that was for you.
When I was such a bad employee, I just want to say to all my
You're
former
great at what you
employees,
do.
Thank you. Thank you. I was a bad employee.
Been great. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, you're calling it.
Yeah.
You getting out of here, dude? I was a really bad employee.
Really.
It was actually like epidemic.
Were you like, because sometimes, like I've heard people talk about this before, like when you're a creative person and you work at a what?
I'm just thinking of how, dude, I was like a disease on a company. Not only would I not do my job that I was supposed to do,
Yeah.
I would ask for more money and I would convince other people not to do their jobs. Like
That's great.
I was literally like a
You're
cancer
leading the revolution
on
within
the company.
business.
I would go to people's cubicles and be like, we should all stop working
That's
as
hilarious.
hard and we should get more money and we should leave.
I could really see you doing that.
I was a cancer,
'Cause
dude.
I feel like sometimes you come up with a big idea for the group and
Yeah.
you get the whole group on board. I swear to God. And then we'll be like, cool, we're all down. And you're like, I actually have a change of heart. I'm going to do this other thing. Later, guys. Happens all the time.
Dude, I was a cancer. They would hire me. I think people hired me because I'm a lot of fun and I had a good resume. I did like a ton of internships and I know for a fact
Yeah.
people didn't fire me from jobs that I should have been fired from because
Yeah.
they liked my vibe.
One time a guy came up to me and he said, hey, Kevin, I'm a fan of yours. Also, I took a class with Caleb Hearon. And one time I watched him for 45 minutes in class craft a tweet.
No.
That's what he said.
no.
But I took for that. So that's like kind of what you're talking about. Like I feel like you're probably in this class not paying attention, but working on your craft, which is now, you make a living off of and you're so great at. But I took that, I was like, yeah, you're devoted to comedy. You want to make sure that tweet was perfect. Not all great tweets are just sent off the dome.
Here's what I will say, and this
Yeah.
is one of those things that makes me feel old. Twitter used to be an art.
Yes.
Twitter genuinely
140 characters.
140 characters,
Yeah.
and writing a joke on Twitter was really hard because you, just like writing any joke, you have to backload it. You want
Yeah.
certain things to fall in certain places.
Right.
There's a real specific way to write any joke, but writing a joke on Twitter was also very specific.
Yeah.
And I did, when I was in college, I was working very hard at Twitter because it mattered back then.
Well, I think, that's
Now it's a Nazi cesspool.
Yeah.
But back then it was like, that's how everybody
Now
sold
it's
TV
so
shows.
crazy.
Oh, it's bad.
when I log in. Yes. Sorry, I cut you off. That's how people.
It used to be a pipeline to
Yes.
a real career.
Right.
Now it's nothing.
So this person watched you craft a tweet for 45 minutes and then
I
send it
wonder
off
what
to you.
class. And I wonder why he would tell you that.
I don't know. I liked it though.
Narc.
That would be like if someone was like, "Oh, I know Kevin Morby. I once watched him write a song."
Ugh, that'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
Music is so much more beautiful than comedy, though. You know I feel this way. It's so humiliating what I do. What you do is beautiful.
What I like about comedy though is people need to laugh. People like myself. You gotta laugh.
Yeah.
You gotta laugh. It's so great. It's
Yeah.
like you need, and I think that like a lot of my favorite lyricists are really funny. Like David Berman from the Silver Jews, very funny lyrics,
Yeah.
and they become so relatable, and they feel almost like they're surface level or something. But then when you try to write something like that, you're like, oh, it's a real art to do
Yeah.
that, and that's what comedians are doing, and it's so hard. But the thing that blows me away about comedians, and specifically stand up, is to be able to conjure. Because for me, it's easy to just be like, okay, I got to go out there and like be like a rock and roller now. But I've got this whole band behind me, and like we just got to play the songs at the end of the day. But you go up there alone, completely alone, and then you gotta. It's like I know what it feels like to like tell a good joke at the dinner table or something when the vibe's right and the energy's up.
You kill
and
it.
everyone
Dinners. That's when
laughs.
you do it.
But you have to like get. I don't know. You have to conjure that, and that seems very hard to me. Like, what if you're not feeling it? If you're having a bad night and you're sad or something, you got to go out and do that.
Yeah. And
How do you do it?
To me, it's like too bad. You got to suck it up. Like,
Yeah.
to me, the audience is so. I've talked about this on the show before, but I value the audience in such a like almost spiritual way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is so cool and fucking sick that people will choose. We get very small time on Earth.
Of course.
You feel this way about your fans.
Yeah.
For someone to come out and buy a ticket and get a babysitter and
Hard-earned
buy an
money.
Uber, hard-earned money.
Yeah.
The tickets sometimes like $60. That
Yeah.
might be like many hours of work for a person.
Absolutely.
And also they bust their ass. Yeah, to come to a show is such a big deal that even on my worst days, and I've done plenty of stand-up shows where I felt horrible.
Yeah.
Sick, mad, depressed, just got, had a situationship broken off or some relative is something. But every time it's easy to pull it together because it's a charmed life.
Yeah.
It's an incredible, lucky job.
Yeah.
Making money off of this is psychotic.
Mhm.
And it's easy to pull it together because I'm like, this is the most charmed thing that's ever happened to somebody.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I feel the exact same way, but I
Yeah.
think it's for me to conjure it. It's like I'm going to this place of my songs, but it's just to tell a joke. I just feel like it requires this different thing. I don't know if I'm articulating exactly what I want to say perfectly.
I found it scary to be alone up there when I started.
Yeah.
Now I prefer it. Like when I did Katie's birthday show
Uh-huh.
and I had to perform with all those people,
Mm-hmm.
that stressed me out. I felt so bad because I was like, I don't want to fuck this up because Spencer's a genius.
Well, I'm having the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I feel the same thing in that at Largo, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel because I'm like Jeff Tweedy's watching me side stage. One of my like
Fucking Jeff
heroes.
Tweedy's watching.
Yeah, I'm like that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Cole's a fucking genius at what he does.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fuck it up by not being on rhythm.
Great.
Well, it was good, but it was like, it was very, I wasn't stage fright, like scared of what the audience would think,
Yeah.
but I haven't been so anxious on stage in many years, only because I didn't want to disappoint Liam and Ellie and like,
Sure.
because they're so good at what they do.
Sure.
That's scary to me.
Well, they're probably thinking the same thing.
Not with me singing. If we were doing jokes, if they had to do an improv scene, I would
You
hope.
never know.
I would
You
hope.
never know. People are always asking me. They're like, "How do you know Caleb?" And I just say, "Caleb who?"
I say, Caleb, who is this Caleb you speak of?
And they say Caleb Hearon, and I say, "Is that his last name?"
Do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God?
Yeah. I've been meaning to ask you about this.
Why do you ask? Because of Oh My God, my album.
No, I ask a lot of people on the show. What do you think? God, yes or no?
God, yes or no? I think God. I think yes.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa, Kevin
Yeah.
Morby in on God.
Yeah.
Heaven?
Yeah. Come on, let's go. Let's have fun with it. Heaven,
Hell?
God. No hell. Hell
Right?
doesn't exist.
There's no chance.
There's no hell. There's no
Hell just seems a little too silly to me.
Hell's not fun. Everyone goes to heaven.
Goofy.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Everyone goes to heaven.
Everyone goes to heaven. Everyone goes to the party.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does everyone get to enjoy
Actually,
it
just
the
my
same?
friends.
What?
Everyone enjoys it the same. Absolutely.
So you think
Yeah.
like BTK killer
No, you know what? Yes.
enjoying heaven alongside
Yeah.
me, you, and
Yes, he's at the
Katie.
bar, baby. He's at
Yeah.
the bar. He's buying everyone shots.
I'd rather be at the bar than in someone's house.
No, I don't know about heaven. I don't know about God. I know like it's more like the Big Bang, you know. I'm like more into the Big Bang.
What about it?
I'm more into the universe. I think when you get on to the other side of 35, what you'll experience in 5 years since you're almost 30, I have a lot more appreciation for the Earth, which is like rapidly. I don't want to say it's dying because I feel like it's us who are dying on Earth. I don't think that the Earth is dying. I
Earth's
think
gonna be fine.
the Earth's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But I have like a lot more appreciation for the Earth as I get older. In this way, like when you're like young, you just think like it's just everything is what it is. You're just born into it and you don't like question it or something.
Yeah.
But as I get older, I keep having these moments of like breathtaking beauty where I'm like, oh my, we're like living like in outer space. It's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, like you watch Star Wars or something, or you watch Dune, and you're like, they're on these planets. These planets look amazing. But at a certain point, you're like, man, I'm at like red rocks.
We are on this planet.
We're on
Yeah.
this planet.
Yeah.
That planet's based off our planet.
Yeah.
Someone just wrote that based off of our planet. They're like, there's 2 moons on Tatooine, but that's just based off our 1 moon. It's insane. The moon looks amazing at night. Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's like a big full
Really
moon.
pretty. There's a
Great.
really pretty sunset last night. Is
It's
it
a
really?
full moon. It's beautiful.
Full moon
It's like
tonight
a
in
beautiful
Kansas
winter
City.
moon. It's great.
They are.
Oh wow.
They really
I
are.
cried today, so that's good.
You did cry
Um,
today.
But God, yeah, you know, God's somewhere out there.
Yeah. The Earth is gonna be fine. The Earth is cleansing itself of us. We are an invasive species to the Earth.
I know.
And because we refuse to be in accordance with the Earth, and these corporations and politicians are fucking selling us out for profit.
Yeah.
Like getting rid of the EPA so that companies can operate more freely is like, what the fuck are we thinking?
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing, and the Earth is gonna be fine. It'll be here
Yeah.
until the sun envelops it.
Until the sun envelops
That won't
it.
be for a very long time. That will be long gone, I think.
We'll be long gone.
As a
You know, my fear for the afterlife is that whatever dream you're having when you die, like, you know, like if you're asleep or something,
Yeah.
that dream just keeps going on. What if it's a nightmare? Then it would be like hell.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Whoa.
I'm having a great dream.
You'll have a great dream.
The one, I had a dream the other night that was good. the one from the other night.
So you didn't really answer about God. Kind of. Yes, you're in on God.
Yeah. What about you? Do you believe in God?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, not
So kind of yes?
More words,
Yeah.
right? I think God. I've said this. It's Kevin, it's my show. People have heard what I think about
Yeah,
God
yeah.
on here, but I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I think God is not a person who sits in the sky. I think God is
Of
an
course.
energy that moves through the universe and
Absolutely.
generally moves us towards love and positivity and kindness and good.
I agree.
I think that's God. I think that you're God.
Yeah.
I think that I'm God. I think the idea that we're two separate beings sitting across from each other is an illusion.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
It's all the
exactly.
same. Yeah, yeah.
And that to me is God. We're all God because we're all the same.
Yeah.
I know hell. I'm certain of that.
No hell.
I am certain of only one thing in the entire universe, and it's that hell is made up to scare people.
I think that there'd be a hell on earth.
Yeah. You and my mom both. She says that. Have I
It's
told you
true.
this? I asked her once, do you believe in hell? And she goes, some people think that life on earth is hell. I go, what? That was
I think
crazy
that's true.
dark. And I go, do you think that? And she goes, sometimes. I
Wow.
was like, damn, girl.
Just telling the truth.
Going through it, Kelly.
Just telling the truth, Kelly.
Yeah.
I love your mom.
She had a couple mirror lights.
Word. Hey, same here.
Queen. She probably brought
Yep.
those over here. So God for you, kind of same thing as my thing.
Same exact thing, and it's like
Copying
a
my
question when cornered with the question as I am right now with these interrogation lights on me.
Yeah.
It's yeah, of course I don't think it's like some guy in the sky. But it's got to be something that
Yeah.
I'm certain of that at this point. It's got to
Can't
be
be
something.
nothing.
Can't be nothing.
Couldn't be nothing.
Can't be random.
Could be nothing.
Could be.
Wouldn't it be beautiful if it was nothing?
I also think that if it was nothing, there's still God in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, because if we're all God and then we turn out to be nothing, then God is nothing.
There's got to be something. It's pretty crazy we're here.
Yeah.
Pretty psycho.
Oh, it's nuts.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And the more you learn about it, it's insane.
What do you think of me?
Of you?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
You think we'll be friends forever?
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I
hell
love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, pleasure's all yours.
Yes.
Pleasure's all yours is so. Oh, you know what I rewatched recently?
What?
Fucking live action Three Musketeers. From like the 90s, Disney. Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, randomly, Oliver Plath, and most importantly of all, villain Cardinal, played by Tim Curry. Beautiful.
Oh, Tim Curry. He's great.
Tim Curry as the
Still
villain.
alive?
Guys, yes.
Tim Curry's great.
Yes, he is still alive. Tim Curry, guys, go watch Three Musketeers live action. Tim Curry is such a good villain in it. At one point, he's like battling someone. They're like getting ready to stab him with a sword or something. He's got these big cloaks on, and they say something to him to the effect of like, "I'll see you in hell." And then he pulls out a little handgun from his cloak and shoots them dead. And he goes, "You first." And then he like walks away. Oh, Tim
That's
Curry.
a good Tim Curry.
Beautiful.
I just watched Tim Curry in one of my favorite movies of all time called Times Square. Have you seen it?
No.
It's incredible. And he plays this DJ that kind of narrates the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's about these two young girls who are both committed to a mental hospital, and they break out and they start a punk band.
Nice.
And Tim Curry's this DJ, and he starts playing them on the radio, and he's very cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you should watch it. Times Square.
I love Tim Curry.
You moved to New York recently. How's that? If you're living in New York, you should watch Times Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love New York.
New York's
Great.
best city on earth.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I kinda-
Greatest city on earth.
I kind of thought you would say that was Paris.
No.
You love Paris.
Paris is great, but the greatest city on earth is New York City.
New York is wonderful.
New York is where I live. I moved to New York when I was 18. It changed my whole life.
No, you took a train.
Took a train. I was like a little Chalamet.
There's such a cute picture of
I
you.
was like a little Timothy Chalamet.
There's such a cute picture of you when you were 18.
The era of Bob Dylan that Timothy Chalamet is depicting is literally what I was after as well. So all those photos of him, I'm like, I have photos of myself that I look exactly like this.
You really do. You were wearing little
I
hats.
was wearing a little hat. I was like, I went there with a guitar.
You
You
were-
know,
it was-
my guitar's name was Muddy, and on the case, I painted a chessboard. Like, I'm gonna probably be playing chess against random people in Central Park. Not one game of chess was played on that thing.
No.
Yeah, but it was
Still have
cool.
it?
You know, a friend has it. My buddy Jeremy has it.
Let's get it from Jeremy and play chess on it sometime.
That would be sick. That's a good idea.
Let's do that.
That's a good
Unless
idea.
you painted over it.
No, Muddy is intact.
Okay.
The case and the guitar.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I'd fuck Jeremy up.
Yeah.
If he
Fuck
painted-
him up.
If he painted, I'd fucking. You ever been in a physical
See, you would
fight?
fight. No, that's a great. I was talking about this with a friend the other day. We're at a bar talking about this, and our girlfriends were talking to each other. It was like this very funny thing because they were literally talking about like
Hens are clucking.
they're
Sorry.
they were talking. It
That's
was
not even how I am.
They were. It was literally the conversation was really funny because we had a couple drinks, and Katie and his girlfriend Sam were talking about like what color to paint a room or something. Like literally, and then Adam and I are like, we've never been in a fight, but if we were, you know?
Yeah. They're talking about beautiful aesthetic things, and you guys are talking about how.
At one
good
point, they're
you
like,
do in a
what
fight.
the? We're getting like really worked up, and I feel like almost like fake punching each other.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you guys talking about? We're like, fighting. And, but I've never been in a fight.
Really?
One time a guy like hit me in the face, like in the chaos of a mosh pit because he could get away with it.
Yeah.
He should have done it in real life. But I was telling the story to my buddy. The closest I've ever been to coming in a fight, it was at the record bar here in Kansas City. I had this thing called the Kansas City Curse for a long time, where all my shows sucked. Like my career was rising, but every time I'd come to Kansas City, it would be like worse than the time before. It was so bad, and I was just like, I fucking hate this butt crack town. Like I need to get out of here. Like that's how I felt about it growing up. So I'd come here and like I'll play Denver sold out show the night before, Chicago sold out the night after. But Kansas City, they'd be like, the air conditioner broke, and also like the ticket sales are so low that we have to make it a free show. Like it'd be so crazy.
Yeah.
And then my parents and like old friends would come and they'd be like, yeah, the music thing seems like it's really working out, Kev. And I'd be like,
Yeah, but elsewhere it's going well, so
elsewhere
they're not
it's literally
seeing,
going well. And I'm like, I couldn't convince them. And like there's this time where finally we call the Kansas City Curse. I had like a headline show at the record bar. It was like 2018 or something. And it was a sold out show. And it was like, we're going to break the curse tonight. This is going to be a great show. It's the last show of a 5-week tour. And so we get on stage, we play the whole show, we go through the whole show. It's incredible. It goes off, no problems. It's wonderful. The crowd's freaking out. And then we go backstage right before going out for the encore. And we're like, oh my God, we broke the curse. This is amazing. Go back out for the encore. We get half a song into the encore. And my sister and my mom and my high school girlfriend's mom are like all like up front. And I just see my sister like kind of look like a little faint. And then she turns around and sits down and her body just goes lifeless. And I couldn't believe what was happening. It was so scary. I thought my sister just died right before my eyes. So I jump in the audience, and then like the three of us are trying to like take my sister out. And then at some point, a guy who I think thought that my sister was drunk and causing problems, so I was throwing her out. This guy yelled, "Fuck you," at my sister. And then I so instinctually got so upset, I jumped up on stage. The band was still playing. They're so confused as what was going on. And I found the guy, and I was like, "Fuck you, that's my sister." And I yelled at him, and I jumped back in the crowd, took my sister out. She's involuntarily puking while unconscious in front of the thing. Everyone's kind of awkwardly like filtering out. I was still in my suit. The band was still kind of playing. And everyone's like, hey man, can we like get a photo? Like it was like so weird.
What?
Yeah, no one knew what was going on. It's complete chaos. And then an ambulance came. My sister got taken away. It ended up being totally fine. Luckily, my friend Abby, who's a doctor, was there, and she like stepped in and took care of the situation, which is amazing. Thank you, Abby. But anyways, all this just to say, at the very end of this, so then like my sister gets taken away, and I turn around and I face the record bar, and it's like a couple hundred people have walked out, and they're all just staring at me. It's like my reality had just completely bent, and I was like, I just couldn't believe the Kansas City Curse was so alive and real. We couldn't finish the show. Like I couldn't. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life.
Have you broken it since?
I have broken it since. Yes, I have broken it since. But so, anyways, I turn around and I just kind of like face the audience, like, well, I guess like let's all have a beer or something. And then this guy comes up to me and he was like, hey man, and he shakes my hand, but like a little too aggressively, and he kind of pulls me in. And he was like, why'd you say fuck you to my brother? And he wanted to fight. And I felt so crazy and so out of my mind.
Yeah.
And suddenly I realized that like my friend Jordan, who I hadn't seen since sophomore year of high school, was like a hockey player. My friend Iggy, who's like my brother who I grew up with. And then like Cyrus, who's like this hunk in my band. I had like different generations of like friends throughout the years, like backing me up. And then there's all these people. And my adrenaline was so through the roof that I was like, if ever to get in a fist fight, the time is absolutely now. And I got really excited. And the guy was like, and his brother was right next to him. So it's the two of them. It's like the four of us. And he was like, why'd you say fuck you to my brother?
Coward
I
that
was
he's having
like-
his brother bring it up, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do the weird handshake.
Yeah, exactly. So then I said to him, I like looked at the brother and I go, I said fuck you to your brother because he said fuck you to my sister. And then I was like, let's fight. Let's fight right now. And he was like, the look on their face was as if they'd seen a crazy person.
Well, they had.
They had.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they're getting into because he was like, what? And I was like, right now, let's fight in front of all. It'll be great. Because in my mind, I'm like, even if I got the shit kicked out of me in front of like my fans, that's kind of sick.
That's hardcore.
It's hardcore. It'd be
Sick
so
as fuck.
cool. Like if they watch me go down. Like if I cried, like it'd be
Yeah.
sick. But but that wasn't gonna happen. I had like my boys behind me. Suddenly, different generations of boys. But anyways, then they like walked down the block and they talked to some of their friends and they're like, should we fight them? And then we were like, come back here. And then they went away.
Yeah, because you were acting fucking insane.
I was acting crazy. So hopefully I can conjure up that anytime. that someone wants to get in a fight with me. I don't want to get in a fight. It would suck to get in a fight. I think I'd only do it if someone was like messing with someone I loved. No one is gonna like piss me off like from making fun of me or something.
You can't
I'd
move
want to
me
fight
to that place.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm in control of me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'd have to do something to someone else that would.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's nothing you could say to me that would piss me off enough to want to hit you.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't care about that. To me, I've heard it.
I could see you laying hands. I could see you like fucking kicking someone's ass.
Yeah.
What if someone? This is a good like experiment. Like, what if we were walking around and someone came up to me and just shoved me? What would you do?
Shoved you?
Yeah.
There's so many factors that would have to be known.
They shoved me and they said, "You suck. I'm gonna beat you up." What would you do?
What are they like?
They've got a motorcycle jacket on and slick back hair.
Guy?
Yes.
How do you know? Did you ask them?
They're wearing they're wearing a shirt that says I'm a guy.
Boom. Oh fuck. Okay.
They're wearing a shirt that says I'm a guy.
Okay. In fairness, though, that is something that a lesbian would do. Just to be completely fair. Okay, they're wearing a shirt that says I'm a guy, so now we know their gender for sure. They're a biker person. Yeah, I guess I beat the shit out of them until they bled and cried or something.
There you go.
Yeah, I would never let them hurt you.
Should we do improv right now? I don't like to do improv.
No, because last time I love improvising. Last time I improvised with you, you were a real tyrant about it. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know.
When did we start? An hour and 15 minutes, Kevin.
It could just go. The time can just go with us, you know.
Well, with me
We
and
can talk
you,
forever.
dude.
We can talk forever.
That's because you know what it is.
What?
Put your phone away for me.
Sorry.
Don't get distracted. Do you know what it is with me and you?
What?
It's when two real guys get together and they're just real.
Oh, this brings me to the next question. I wanted to ask you this question. I thought Katie was going to come here. The thing about our friendship, Caleb, is that I feel like we've got our boys club.
And I'm on one of the girls.
Well, we've got this crew, and like Katie's in it, Tara's in it, Liam's in it, and you drift between scenes. You can hang out with the girlies.
Yeah.
You go have a girls' night out, a GNO.
Yeah.
And you also have a boys' night out.
You know.
So on the hot mic, Caleb, which is better?
Right. So a healthy and well-balanced diet is what it's called for.
Okay.
My privilege in life, I have one.
Yeah.
I have one privilege in life. And it's that I get to be one of the boys and one of the girls.
Yeah.
That's my one gift that God gave to me.
Mm-hmm.
I get to be one of the girlies, and I get to be one of the fellas.
Yeah.
I get to be at tea, having a little tiny sandwich with no crust on it, talking about, colors and things like that.
Yeah.
You know how girls are.
Yeah.
And then I get to be one of the boys. I get to go to the big game and scratch my nuts and eat chicken wings. You know, that's my privilege in this world that was given to me by God.
Yeah. And
Christian God rained that down to me.
absolutely.
Gave me the privilege. When God made me, he said, perfect dimples,
He said, "Perfect dimples."
cute little nose,
Uh-huh.
adorable smile,
Uh-huh.
charm that could light up the darkest rooms,
Light up a Christmas tree.
light up a Christmas tree, light up a cave in the middle of nowhere.
A cave in the middle of nowhere.
He made me. He said he's gonna be so adorable. He's gonna be so sweet. Everyone's gonna love him.
And
And by the way, why not be one of the girls and one of the guys?
yeah.
That's what he gave to me.
Yeah.
He gives other people other
You're
stuff.
still not answering my question.
Well, I'm a storyteller, Kev.
Okay.
So this is what God did to me, for me. This is what God did for me, Christian God. And he gave me this gift. And so here's what I'll say about the friend group. I am the only singular person in our friend group that you just described
Oh.
that has never risked the vibe of the friend group by fucking another person in the friend group. All of you guys are sleeping with each other and really, really risking the friend group. I
Yeah.
would never sleep with any of you. I wouldn't touch any of you with a 30-foot pole. Because I would never, and you guys are all hot. I wouldn't touch any of you with a 30-foot pole because I would never put coming above the beauty of our friendship.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to answer your juvenile, your silly question.
The strength, the bravery.
But I wouldn't touch you guys. You guys could do anything in the world to try and sleep with me.
How dare you?
Dream on.
How dare you?
I wouldn't fuck any of you.
Wow. So,
Because you guys are risking the friend group.
yeah, that's true.
That all being
True.
said, I prefer the girls.
Wow.
No, I'm
Wow.
just kidding.
You're just scared.
Well, because we had a beautiful moment together, the boys, recently.
We did in Chicago.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had a beautiful moment that I think the
All-timer.
girls were jealous of.
All-timer. I cried.
All-timer.
I cried in my boys'
There's
arms.
a photo of it.
I had
There's
my
a photo
arms
of
around my boys and I cried.
it. Dude, and you know what? There's other boys there that just, all the boys joined in.
Yeah.
Strangers were just joining in.
Boys.
It was with Mavis Staples sang with Nathaniel Rateliff. They sang the song Friendship.
Because we got friendship.
Kinda
Last
last a lifetime.
lifetime. Beautiful song.
Beautiful song.
Mavis Staples sang it in Chicago with Nathaniel Rateliff.
His first arena show in Chicago is beautiful.
Two musicians
Beautiful.
that I love.
Yeah.
And then I'm with my boys and I put my arms around my boys and I cry at the
Scratching
moment.
your nuts.
And I'm scratching my nuts. I'm letting it all hang out. with my boys. And do you know what I thought in that moment?
What?
When boys come together, it can be so beautiful.
Of course.
But often it is evil.
Well, what do you... of course.
Boys coming together is historically one of the worst things we've seen.
We have a lot of bad representatives for us out there in the world.
When boys come together, it is so often... Well, it's war.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Boys coming together. We've got a name for it. It's
Yeah,
either
yeah.
a rally or war.
Men love war because then they can have something...
Sex with other guys.
Yeah, yes.
Dude, I've been saying.
That as well as then they love to stand over someone who's injured with the sunset and a song playing in the background and have a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think men love war because it's beautiful?
They love to get themselves into horrible situations
Yeah.
that they definitely don't need to be in.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, he fought for his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's well, no one had to fight at all.
Men make everything complicated for no reason.
Yes.
And women are just plain kooky. I don't get women.
Gadzooks.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. I love girls. Love girls.
Yeah.
Love girls.
So the girls, you said the girls. That's it.
Well, no, I think it's just different. You know, sometimes you want to be with the boys.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm feeling callous and insensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah.
I want to be with the fellas.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm feeling soft and tender.
There you go.
Then I want to be with the girls.
There you go.
You know, but the gift that Christian God gave to me is that I get to be both. And I thank him or her or them for that every single day.
Every single day.
Every
That's
single
beautiful.
day. Well, it's a gift. And yeah, I love it. I wouldn't trade it because you only get to be the boys.
Only get to be the fellas.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
I've never
only get to
seen
be
you with the
fellas.
girls.
Though, you know what's funny? I think you're more of a fella than I am. You know way more about football than I know,
Yeah,
as an example.
I know that's right.
You play football?
Sure did.
What position?
You want to feel my muscles?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, go.
That's what I'm saying. You could fuck somebody up.
Surprisingly a lot, huh?
Yeah. So what are you going to do if TikTok gets banned?
Fuck, I'll celebrate. I'll dance in the streets.
Is your biggest... Is this the biggest platform for this on TikTok?
I do have my biggest following on TikTok, but I do not care.
TikTok is so scary. Every time I open TikTok, I'll only ever open it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because I will get an email from them or something that's you got a direct message from this friend or something. And
Yeah.
what is that? And it's always just a friend who sends me some dumb video or something. But anytime I open it, it's I can't. It's too much for me.
It's too much.
I can't do it. And then I delete the app because I'm this is.
It's bad
not
for us. It's killing us.
I'm addicted to Instagram and sometimes I'll look at Twitter and stuff like that. And it's I get on the hook with those things. I don't actually get on the hook with TikTok. It's too crazy for me.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Kevin Morby, what's so true to you?
What's so true to me? Is it supposed to be a sincere answer or a funny answer?
Only you can decide.
Only I can decide. Funny answer. So true to me.
Yeah.
The rolls at Texas Roadhouse
Dude.
are not donuts,
Dude.
but they're not donuts.
Dude, the rolls at Texas Roadhouse are something so fucking special and important to me.
You know who loves them?
Who?
Sandy Morby, my mom.
Sandy Morby is fucking real, and I've always said that.
You're one of my mom's biggest fans. I can tell you just love her with all your heart.
Sandy is real as fuck.
She loves you too.
Well, she gave me you.
She
And I appreciate that.
she loves those rolls. I love those
They're
rolls.
incredible. The fucking cinnamon butter. Ugh!
Cinnamon butter's great. They're so soft.
Dude, everything at
They're
Texas
hot.
Roadhouse. I wish we were there right now.
Texas Roadhouse is great.
I
It's one
hate
of
that
our-
we're not there.
I think that's our restaurant. That's where we go for a special restaurant.
I know, and
Yeah.
it sucks because I usually go there when I'm a little bit high,
Yeah.
and I almost always get recognized, and it sucks because I'm not in my best.
Well,
I'm blazed out of my mind about to go to town on a steak, and someone's like, "Can I get a picture?" And I'm like, "I wish you wouldn't, but yes, you know, I do love you, but I'm ultimately look like shit, you know."
Well, that's what's so true to me. Those rolls
It's
are.
an incredible one, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for saying that.
You know, we were taking my parents for their anniversary, which is December 30th.
Yeah.
Every year it's the same thing. But
Fucking keeps coming around. I don't know.
he's coming around. But that was me trying to do a bit, and you weren't taking it. You know,
What?
every year it's their anniversary's the same.
I contributed to the bit.
Oh, okay.
I said, "Oh, it keeps coming around." That's when. Sorry, you're not used to this. That's when you would have built on it,
I see.
and you would have taken it further.
I see. Word.
But I
Word.
was there for you.
Well, every year we're taking them to we're taking them to Golden Ox in the West Palms, which I love.
Yeah.
And it's a little fancy, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're taking them to Golden Ox, and on the third year in a row, we're like, "Oh, your anniversary's about to come up. We'll take you to Golden Ox again." And they started to laugh. They're like, "We don't want to go there." And I was like,
guys,
"Oh, we pay. What's the problem? We take you guys out to eat." And they're like, "You want to take us to a place that we actually like? Take us to Texas Roadhouse."
fucking real, dude.
Yeah. And then
It's so real.
I was like, my parents have never had a good steak, even though my dad like grew up like cattle farming. But I was like, they don't know what a good. And then I researched it, and it was like Bon Appetit. All these places were like Texas Roadhouse has like one of the best steaks.
Their steaks are fucking good,
They're
dude.
really amazing. Great restaurant, great staff.
Great staff.
Great
I
staff.
hate that they make them dance, but when they like it, I like it for them.
Remember the last time we were there, that woman just kept saying "say less" to us. I love it. We'd
Yeah.
be like, "Can I get a side salad?" Say less.
Yeah, it was everything.
With the steak and mashed potatoes. Say,
Say
less.
less.
How
I
do
was
you
like,
want to
another
cook
dark
medium
pepper?
rare? Say
Say
less.
less.
She's sick.
Queen.
Queen.
Loved her.
Yeah, me too.
Kevin, I have a segment for you.
All right, what? True or false?
This is where the men are separated from the theys, or the boys or the girls. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not ready for this, Kevin.
I can't wait.
And I know what you're thinking in your head right now. Oh, Caleb's vamping because he doesn't have the script pulled up. Keep dreaming,
I was
loser.
born ready for this.
This is the true-false segment.
Okay.
I am going to read you 15 statements.
Okay. 15.
You're going to tell me as quickly as you can if you think they're true or false.
Okay.
Danny, will you keep track of how many he gets right? I'll tell you. 15 statements.
Okay.
You're going to tell me if you think they're true or false.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
Okay.
And if you get 10 or more correct,
Okay.
I'm going to give you $50 US.
Okay.
That's cash.
Okay.
Okay. Gordon Ramsay was born in Sweden.
True.
False. Scotland. Domino's Pizza is older than Barack Obama.
False.
True.
Fuck.
Mosquitoes have 47 teeth.
True.
True. Over 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun.
True.
True. The Kansas City Royals have won 4 World Series.
False.
False. It's 2. The first electric guitar was invented in 1937.
False.
True. There are no working payphones in the U.S.
False.
False. There are about 100,000. Silver Dollar City is in St. Louis, Missouri.
Wait, what was the question?
Silver Dollar City is in St. Louis, Missouri.
False.
False. It's in Branson. A face mask is a 15 years penalty, or 15. He wrote it wrong. A 15 yards penalty in football.
15-year penalty. It is. That's true.
That's true. Beavers can breathe underwater.
True.
False. DFW Airport is larger than the island of Manhattan.
True.
True. A group of frogs is called an army.
False.
True. It has
That's
never snowed in
cool.
Fiji.
False.
True. Bob Dylan was in a fraternity in college.
True.
True. Tennis was named for the sport's founder, Pierre Tennis.
No. False. That's false.
False.
Yes, I know how it's named.
How many did you get? Oh, no, Kevin. Shame on you.
That's
Shame on
close.
your cow.
I should have got the one about Fiji and tennis. I know why it's named
It
that.
was the speed that threw you off.
I guess so.
It was my speed as an interviewer.
Yeah.
Why is tennis named what it's named?
Tennis is named what it named because it's I read this in an essay recently by David Foster Wallace. It's French.
Boy,
And I
you're just the readingest son of a bitch until I send you something. I sent you an essay. I sent Kevin an essay months ago.
I told
Short, tiny little essay that I wanted him
Told
to read.
you.
He said, "I'll read your
Told
essay
you.
if you watch this short film with me." He played
I
me the
told
short
you.
film. Refused to read my essay.
I'm gonna read it because it's about the springtime. I'm waiting for spring to come back
You are
around.
such a sick individual. Kevin, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
I
What
love
an
you so
honor.
much.
Love you too, brother.
You're one of my best friends in the whole world,
I agree. Hey, the feeling's mutual.
and I would do anything for you.
Thanks, man.
You ever need anything, give me a call.
Same.
Hey, this was good.
I'm like a plumber. I'll come right over.
You want to tell people where to find you?
Find me. Find me on the streets.
Yeah. Find Kevin on the streets. When I asked my mom that on her episode, she said, "Oh, I'm in Kansas City."
That's
I thought that
nice.
was awesome. I love
That's
that.
nice.
That was a Headgum podcast.